Now there's only 3 standing, top 3. So it starts.
Rene Rodriguez has brought his international flavors to every challenge, demonstrating a mastery over new and unconventional cooking techniques.
It has to be perfect.
But Rene's ambition in the kitchen has often got the best of him.
He couldn't stop. That's where they killed him. To win this competition, I need to bring everything that I've learned in the past 20 years to the table.
Terry Salmon,
Bam!
the comeback kid. He started the competition on the bottom.
This is not the plate I wanted to bring out.
It didn't make any sense.
But soon demonstrated incredible skill and technique. Congratulations.
Walking to that finale, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Rich Francis. No chef this season has taken more chances in the kitchen.
I am the first Aboriginal chef to be on Top Chef Canada. Sometimes I wonder if authentic Aboriginal cuisine may be risky.
Twice saved by immunity.
If we could send Rich home, I would.
But we can't.
Rich, you're lucky you have immunity today.
Rich has since dominated recent challenges.
Rich.
I saw Lisa visually in my mind saying, "Congratulations, Rich. You're the next Top Chef." Where we're up to now? It's like the whole gang's holy.
Now, these 3 chefs face off in the fiercest culinary competition this country has ever seen.
What the is that?
Each chef is fighting to win a GE Monogram kitchen, a $25,000 custom service from Caesar Stone, a $100,000 cash prize courtesy of Sponge Towels, and the title of Canada's top chef.
Okay, let's go.
Chefs, welcome to the shores of Lake Ontario, and welcome to the finale of Top Chef Canada.
Woo. I've prepared for this moment. I'm ready.
One of you will be Canada's top chef.
The only thing that stands between me and $100,000 is 2 chefs.
And to get you in the mood for the finale dinner, we've decided to take this challenge to the great outdoors. In this Quickfire challenge, you'll be cooking the catch of the day at a campsite fish fry.
Awesome.
In order to reach your kitchen, you'll have to take to the water in one of these.
That is a massive canoe, and that's a massive lake.
You'll need to grab the ingredients you need from these coolers. Then you'll jump in and paddle around the point to your cook site. Once you arrive at the campsite, you have 30 minutes to cook.
I'm definitely not outdoorsy, so this is gonna be a challenge.
The chef with the best dish will win an advantage in the finale.
You just need every edge that you can get. Anything that will help, that's what I want.
Your time starts now.
So I go for the pickerel, and Rich tears it out of my hands. Yeah, the competition is definitely getting physical.
All right, Matador.
I know my way around a canoe. I like being in the water like that.
Feeling that wind now. Pushing right into it.
Come on, baby. But Renee, he's just very slow, yeah.
I'm a little bit behind, but I'm just trying to save my energy.
Don't get too tired. Smell the fire? I smell it. Right here, Rich. Right here.
Rich and I hit the shore at almost the same time. Now we've got to make our way to the site.
How many minutes to prepare? 30.
This is back to basics. Cast iron pan, open flame, sharp knife. Gotta cook.
Time.
20 minutes. Have a whitefish?
There's so many bones. Luckily, I have some pliers here that I can use to pick them out.
What's our time?
25.
More tomatoes. Just trying to get the pieces together. Let's see what I'm gonna do with the rest.
When you cook with fire, you just feel like a man, you know what I mean?
Hot, holy.
Woo. My fish is pickerel. Just use some flavors that work. Lemons, olives, some leeks. Making an oven. Making an oven. I'm not going to be using the grill. I'm going to bury my pickerel package in the coals.
Ooh. When you put fish right in the pit, it could get dry. It could also get burned.
Roughing it 101.
This scenery inspired me to make a dish that reminded me of the south of Italy. I'm gonna smoke my trout over sliced lemons and fresh thyme.
Back to basics.
I've never made fish before like this on an open fire.
Can you tell I was a Boy Scout?
You have no ability to control the fire. I'm worried not enough heat might not make my skin crispy.
Vinny.
Time.
9 minutes, chef.
I'm gonna do a cornmeal crusted whitefish with a grilled tropical salsa and roasted summer onions. Every second counts. This is the finale, and I want to show my versatility. I know I've got to do more. I'm gonna attempt to make a quick flatbread. You gotta work hard for that 100 G's, man. You gotta work hard for it.
240.
Wow. Perfect. Come on, baby. Light my fire. It's gonna be a photo finish, just like always. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Plates on the table.
Time's up, chefs. Utensils down.
Done.
Hey, Rich.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You're enjoying this change in venue?
I love it. Cooking shoreside, a little chill in the air, and got fish on the menu. What I did was a pickerel en papillote, grilled onions, grilled tomatoes, olives, and salt, pepper, wine, and butter. We have a little salmon stew, West Coast salmon with a little kale and mushroom.
So you made a pretty good grab for the ingredients.
I actually pulled Terry's pickerel right out of his hand.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Renee.
Hello, chef.
You had the lake trout.
Yes, chef. My inspiration was south of Italy. You take capers, tomatoes, olive oil, salt on the bottom, and gnocchi mushroom, and I mix them with parsley.
Cooking over an open fire. Have you done that before?
No, this is the first time that I do
Really?
this.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you, Renee.
So, cornmeal crusted whitefish.
Yes, chef. For you today, I made a puri-style flatbread, a grilled mango and pineapple salsa with summer scallions.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you,
Good,
guys.
Terry. Good luck.
Mark, what did you think of our lakeside fish fry?
Terry, you brought us whitefish today with mango pineapple salsa. Nice texture on your fish, but a little bit light on citrus. You brought us a flatbread off the grill, which I thought was really daring, but the dish wasn't quite as peaky as I wanted it to be. Renee, you served lake trout today. Flavor profiles were really nice, but I felt the skin was a little flabby. Rich, you had the king of the Ontario fish. You had pickerel. I enjoyed it, but I thought the coals that you had on top sort of intruded on the dish.
And who's the winner of our finale quickfire?
The chef that did the best job of our lakeside fish fry is Renee.
Thanks, chef.
Nice work, man.
Woo!
Very tasty dish, really nice highlights in the flavor. It was bright and it was fresh. Nicely done.
Congratulations, Renee. You've won a significant advantage in the upcoming finale challenge.
I feel confident. I feel strong. This is about go big or go home. The Matador is ready for this finale. Bring the ball.
It all comes down to this. This is your $100,000 dinner.
The pressure is huge. We are good for takeoff.
Chefs, it all comes down to this. One last chance to show us that you have what it takes to be Canada's top chef. This is your $100,000 dinner.
I'm going to kill it. I need to cook with all my power, all my passion.
Your finale challenge is to create a 4-course meal of a lifetime. You need to show us who you are and what you stand for as a chef.
This is going to be the most important meal I've ever cooked in my life.
The finale will take place in the heart of Ontario's cottage country at Taboo Resort and Spa. Taboo is a luxury resort perched on the shores of Lake Muskoka.
Nice.
Right on. I love it. It's my kind of country up there.
You'll have 4 hours to prep your meal at Taboo's award-winning restaurant, Elements.
So no prep, just 4 hours.
4 hours, 4 dishes.
Chefs, from this point on, all your past performances will be forgotten. Everything rests on what you serve tomorrow.
The pressure is huge. You can just feel it. It's in the air.
Your guest judge for the finale is one of our generation's most influential food writers. She was restaurant critic for the New York Times, the 6-time James Beard Award winner, Ruth Reichel.
Wow. Yes. Ruth Reichel is a culinary goddess. I'm floored.
Renee, as the winner of the Quickfire, when the sous chefs are revealed, you'll have first choice.
If one of the sous chefs stands out, then yeah, it's going to be a huge advantage.
Chefs, it's been a tough battle. I think we have the 3 best chefs standing in front of us, but you must deliver tomorrow.
Yes, chef.
Good luck, chefs, and your chopper's waiting for you.
Check, microphone check, 1, 2. We are good for takeoff.
It's very rock star. Getting to ride with Muskokas in a helicopter. Come on.
Holy.
Oh man, this is nuts.
It's such a fantastic ride, and you get to see the view of Toronto. It's beautiful, beyond belief. This is such a memory that's going to last forever.
It's very exciting. Just to make it to the final 3. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. From the minute I get to Muskoka, I begin to connect with my environment. You know, Creator provides us with everything in this moment to succeed.
It's still alive up here.
This is exactly what I need. Just a breath of fresh air.
All right. Here we go, guys.
And we have touchdown.
All right.
All right.
Top 3.
Top 3.
I have been thinking and planning this menu since I got accepted for Top Chef Canada. And it has to, tell my story, Renee, reflect my roots. I was born in Ottawa, I lived in Mexico, and I lived in Spain. So those 3 heritage I would always embrace forever. And, I would always try to incorporate them into my cooking. The title of Top Chef means everything to me. To know that the profession that you chose is the right one for you. It's about finding your true self. Not only, to become a better chef, but to become a better father to my son and a better husband. I'm a family man, and it's important. My wife and son are going to be very proud of me that I made it to the finale, and I'm not going to let them down.
This finale menu is a story about how I got here. It's about love, gratitude, sacrifice, and acceptance. Without these things in my life, I never would have become the person I am today. There's a lot of people who are standing behind me to win this competition. I remember sitting down with my mom, and I said, when I win, I can fix all of her financial problems and send my kid brother to school and make sure that my girls have a college education. I can't wait to tell her that her son's Top Chef Canada. The menu I've got planned and the story that goes along with it, it's everything I've got.
I'm burning wild sage. It's part of my culture, and it's used in ceremony. It's just one of many devices that we use to better ourselves. What I want in the short term is the title of Top Chef. What in long term is to take my concept of modern Aboriginal cuisine mainstream. And this is an absolutely amazing platform to get that started. There's huge Aboriginal roots up here. Just reconnecting with that land was so what I needed just to get re-inspired. I'm laying in bed, and the current menu that I have is, it's just not sitting well with me. I wake up, boom, all of a sudden, here it is, my menu. What I'm doing is going all Aboriginal, all Muskoka. You put me in the city, I shrink. You put me where I belong, and the possibilities become endless.
The Top Chef Canada kitchen appliances are supplied by GE Monogram.
Today is our final cook, and everything's on the line. This is it.
Good morning, chefs.
Morning,
Lisa.
Welcome to the finale of Top Chef Canada.
Thank you.
It's time to meet your sous chefs.
We see 3 jet skis ripping out from behind the water.
That's so cool.
There are sous chefs.
Is that Vittorio?
I see Vittoria's greasy mug, and I see ZZ Top coming through. Pierre's here.
Well, butter my nuts. I'm back on Top Chef Canada.
Evelyn?
Yeah.
So happy I'm here. I get to help these guys win Top Chef Canada.
Renee, as the winner of the Quickfire, you have the first choice of sous chef. Who will it be?
It will be Vittorio.
Vittorio.
Vittorio is the best choice. He's very confident. He's very fast. We're very similar, in our styles.
I'm not competing, but if I want anybody to win, other than me, I want it to be Renee.
Now, would you please assign your fellow competitors their sous chefs?
Rich will take Pierre.
You ready to rock or what?
Yeah, man.
Pierre's mind is amazing. His enthusiasm for food is amazing.
And Terry will take Evelyn.
Evelyn, she's fantastic. She's got a great palate, and I'm glad to have her.
Chefs, you demonstrated true grit, tenacity, talent, and a lot of heart to get to this point. Now it's time to cook your $100,000 meal. Good luck, and I'll see you at dinner.
Now the real battle happens. It's going to be best man on top.
The first course is going to be steak tartare, so beef tenderloin.
Sounds good, man. You let me know as we go. You just tell me what you want me to do. I've got a prep list for you.
Awesome. Terry's food throughout the competition has been fantastic. He's 100% capable of winning Top Chef Canada.
So I'll be breaking down the pickerel. I need you to roast some squash.
Rich's eyes are glowing. I can tell that he is very excited about this food. It kind of gives me tingles.
You really need this.
Absolutely, man.
All right, bud.
We'll fight for it.
Let's do this.
Bam.
Let's do this. And let's do this. Spoons are here, bro, if you need them.
Yeah. I'm going to dress the cod in creme fraiche, lemon, and black pepper. I've chosen extremely personal and unique moments throughout my culinary history to represent my food. And I want the judges to feel how I felt throughout all those moments. We're on track here. My first course is about love. It's a fish and chip dish with cod and Yukon Gold potatoes. We're at the 2-hour mark now, Ev.
Thank you.
We're gonna melt like all this butter, so we've got it for more things.
Okay, and I need some brown butter as well. For my first course, I'm doing a scallop as well as cured salmon with pickled blueberries. Here, you want to grab me some veal stock, bud? It's not very often that you get a stage like this to represent Aboriginal culture. So I feel a huge amount of responsibility right now. We have an hour and 26 minutes.
All right, let's hit it.
No way.
We're the dream team, Renee.
Dream team. My menu reflects every aspect of my life and my heritage.
Tomatoes are in, working on crostini. Then I'm going to clean the beef.
For my first course, I'm making my classic beef tartare. It's important to have the power entrance, almost like a Spanish bowl. Something's burning there.
What the Who turned up the oven, man?
We're making crostinis for the tartare, and Vittorio pulls them out, and they're burned.
I didn't touch the oven, so somehow the oven's up to 500 all of a sudden when I had it at 3, and they're burnt to
All of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I got an idea. We're gonna do blue corn chips for the tartare because, it's more Mexican. Better than crostini.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
More flavor.
19 minutes until first serving. Thank you. 8:20 first course.
4 minutes to first course.
Here, pass me that caviar, please.
Let's toast to the finale and to the chefs.
Sure.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow.
Hi, Renee.
Chef,
How are you?
very good. It's a dream come true, to be, the finals of Top Chef Canada, so I'm very happy.
Let me introduce you to your judges. Your head judge, Chef Mark McEwen.
Hi, Renee.
Chef.
Resident judge, Sharina Razum. Hi, Renee. And it's my great pleasure to introduce you to your guest judge, award-winning culinary author and judge of Top Chef Masters, Ruth Reichel. Chef.
Pleased to meet you. So with this menu, I want to go back to my heritage. My dad's family, they're from the Basque region in Spain. My mom's family, they're from Mexico, and I was born in Canada. So I'm going to start with Spain. So today I prepared steak tartare, and I fried some blue corn tortillas instead of crostinis to eat with the tartare. The Mexican Spanish influence. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Let's dig in. Yeah, let's dig in. I love the colors. It's just a vibrant dish and crunchy.
And I have to say, when he brought out these blue corn tortillas, I thought, I wish he wouldn't do that, but the flavor with the tartare is wonderful.
I would have cut the portion down. Could have made the blue corn tortilla chips a bit smaller, but I love eating like this.
Hi, Rich.
Hello, hello.
So explain your dish to us.
You guys got me out of the city yesterday. things started to happen inside of me again. And it was about 12:30 last night that this menu was put together, completely revamped. So I went with the Aboriginal Muskoka themed menu from start to finish. Your muse is the scallop with sturgeon caviar and a vanilla cream sauce. And your first course is the cured and confit maple salmon with pickled blueberries.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich. Sear on the scallop is nice.
But the vanilla sauce is not right. I remember lobster and vanilla sauce in Nouvelle Cuisine, and it was a bad idea then.
It ruins the flavor of the caviar.
Let's try his salmon.
I don't love the texture of this fish. It's gone oddly mushy.
He didn't handle the fish well at all, but the blueberries are masterful.
The blueberries are lovely. I mean, I feel like I want to steal this idea because what a wonderful way to cut richness.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Hello.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
So, the first course is a dish about love. It starts with a girl. And when we were 15, we shared a basket of fish and chips on the pier. So here is a fish and chips, cod millefeuille with pickled onions, the cress salad, creme fraiche, fried capers, quail egg, and leek puree.
So did you get the girl?
She's my wife, and we have 2 beautiful girls.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we get the fish and chips.
And you get the fish and chips.
Fantastic.
Enjoy.
Beautifully handled. The flavors are soft and they're mellow, just sort of sits there and sparkles on your palate. This plate is the king of the first course.
This is actually not to my personal taste, but you have to transcend that as a critic, and it's flawless.
It lacked a little bit of soul for me. It felt a little bit like preparing by numbers.
I have to say, overall, my favorite offering was the tartare.
But I think this is a better dish.
6.5 to the second course.
All right, here we go, bud. Time to pump out that second course. Quail and peaches, let's go.
Second course. Second course is ricotta and lemon ravioli with a corn puree. That's it.
Terry's doing a very nice looking plate. I'm just not sure how it's going to eat together.
4:46. All right, time to go, Ev.
I'm going to heat up your cast irons, okay?
For my second course, the challenge is not to overcook the tuna and to make sure that arrives at the table slightly warm and still with that nice medium rare center.
Second course coming up right now.
This needs to be the best tuna I have ever cooked. Hello again.
Hi, Renee.
Renee.
This pays tribute to one of my mentors when I lived in Spain and worked for him. He taught me how to do tuna a la plancha. So on the bottom with the light ragu of a chanterelle mushroom, oyster mushrooms from the Muskokas, and my Mexican touch, I put some pickled chayote. So you get that crunch and that sweet and sour. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Renee. What does everyone think about the portion of the tuna?
The tuna could have been slightly smaller.
It's perfectly cooked, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor.
Tuna I don't ever find to have a lot of flavor on its own, but I'm really liking the way it works with the other elements on the plate.
The pickled chayote is a completely new flavor experience for me.
It's a very nice dish.
Hi, Rich.
Here we have some quail, and I've done the preparation in 2 ways, the breast and the leg, and peaches raw and preserved. Okay.
Thanks, Rich.
I love quail, but to make it both stringy and greasy at the same time is difficult.
Yeah.
Look at mine. Look at that.
Actually
Ooh.
raw on the bottom side.
I'm sorry, but I'm not even going to eat that.
It wasn't handled well at all. I think this is a perfect example of a chef just losing his mojo. He changed his mind last night. He's not confident at all with his dish, and it's showing.
Terry.
Chapter 2 is gratitude. When I first started training in kitchens, the chefs can be pretty hard on you. One of the things that I really took a liking to was making pasta. I made it any chance I got. I felt very grateful that they allowed me to work in their kitchens. And I realized I had to show gratitude for chefs that I thought at the time were really, really hard on me. This is a lemon and ricotta tortellini with fine herbs, corn puree, herb oil, olive oil, poached tomatoes, and parmesan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
He's quite the storyteller today.
There's a real thought of the progression. You know, it's gotten heavier.
It makes sense. I love this. Like, are you not enjoying it, Mark?
For me, it's a bit one-dimensional in terms of taste. It's well executed.
But if you have to go back for the tuna or the pasta.
I would eat this in a heartbeat.
Me too.
This?
Yes.
I would go back to the tuna.
Really?
I would.
I would eat the tuna over this.
Oh gosh, we're like split down the middle again.
Very good.
I think he's gonna nail it.
What a spectacular bowl.
Perhaps it's a bit of a risk to do this dish.
You want to ask him, did you taste this?
Time, please.
32.
32, thank you.
It's the finale dinner. We are at Taboo Spa and Resort in Muskoka. Everything matters. This is the point that we've been waiting for, and we have to cook our hearts out.
Venison looks nice. Now it's time for the third course. Mains are up, and I'm doing strip loin of venison. I have a lot of elements to get to the plate. This is going to be a hustle.
Let's start setting it up now.
Terry's got a lot of components on his dish. He seems like he's starting to sweat a little bit. What the I take my venison out of the oven, and it's screaming hot, and I'm worried about overcooking. Overcooked venison is stringy, it's chewy, its flavor is terrible. I would way rather serve it underdone than overdone.
Terry, talk us through your plate.
In the fall of 2008, I had a lot of debt. I couldn't afford a car, but I had just gotten a job at a very nice upscale hotel. A friend of mine pulled a bike out of the garbage. I rode to and from work every day. I learned about sacrificing for my family. One day I got to work and the chef asked me to collect black walnuts. And so I present to you black walnut, chantrelle, and beet fricassee with roasted venison, shallot puree, and Swiss chard, and just nice dressed apples on top.
Thank you, Terry.
This shows a lot of finesse. It's elegant. And the story, he was about to tell us that he walked 12 miles in the snow with no shoes. You know what I mean?
The venison is cooked well. Really lovely flavors. Nice changes of texture and taste. And then that earthiness to the black walnut really shines through. The only element on the plate that really doesn't work for me is sort of the raw apple slices.
This is a fairly heavy plate of food, but he's made it seem really light, like kind of dancing.
Queso fresco, pomegranate, walnut, soup on the bar. For my third course, I'm doing a roasted poblano pepper bisque and a slow braised lamb with mole.
You want to get the lamb into the mole?
Yeah, bro, let's get it done, yeah. What mole is a national sauce in Mexico. Every time you make a mole, it has to have at least 20 ingredients, and they all have to come together, so they're very complex. And also, I'm gonna fry some mealworms, to put on top. And we're gonna fry the worms. I'm gonna get them out too. They're ready.
Ready? Mealworms aren't for me. I just don't like the idea of them.
They're so light, right, and smoky too, right? So they're very, very well known in central Mexico. They use a lot for tacos or on top of a mole. Time. Perhaps it's a bit of a risk to do this dish, but there's no tomorrow. And this is what I want to cook. Those are good to go. Yeah. Stay here, okay? Go. Good, bro. So we have reached a famous market in Mexico City called the San Juan Market, where I was brought as a kid with my mom. We have a roasted poblano bisque on the soup bowl, garnished with pomegranate seeds, queso fresco, and toasted walnuts. And then the masterpiece in the center is the Oaxacan lamb black mole, made with 6 kinds of chilies. I garnished the mole with fried worms.
Is that what I think
so
it
they're
is?
crispy mealworms, lightly fried with a little bit of sea salt.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
Renee.
Thank you.
The soup is
The
wonderful.
soup is delicious. Have you tried the soup?
tried
Mark?
it?
It's fantastic.
What a spectacular bowl.
This mole is as good a mole as I've ever had. It's everything you want in mole. Deep, dark, mysterious.
The flavors just keep layering themselves on. The mealworms, I think, were fun, adventurous, really gutsy to throw them on the plate.
This is so confident. Throwing down the gauntlet, this is who I am, this is what I do. Take it or leave it.
Very good. My third course is pickerel and squash.
Rich made an amazing pickerel at Restaurant Wars.
That pickle that could serve in any one of my restaurants.
That was the best dish so far.
I think he's gonna nail it.
Okay, guys, here we have some pickerel. There's some squash. Kind of more of the Muskoka influence here with apples and taste of early fall.
Thanks,
Enjoy.
Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Yep.
It's a pretty plate. Well, I'm not tasting the fish there.
Just tasting the squash.
It would be 1,000 times better with a little bit of salt. Bring out the flavor of the fish.
It's not seasoned at all.
I also think there's a reason why you don't see a lot of fish in pureed squash.
What sort of overwhelms the fish?
Squashed.
Squashed by squash.
Home stretch dessert. This is the final course dessert. And this has to knock your socks off. I'm gonna get the nitro ready. I'm making dark chocolate mousse with frozen lemon curd and fresh berries from Ontario. 11 minutes.
It's separated like a tiny
Oh, that
bit.
happens when you torch it. So this is it. I'm doing a caramelized yogurt parfait and burnt onion crumble.
What's that on top?
It's a burnt onion.
Sorry? I would never eat burnt onions. I don't like burnt anything. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay, you leave the bone on, bro. My passion is not within the sweet kitchen. And I'm not for 1 second going to pretend that I belong there.
Did I tell you how much I love bone marrow? Meat butter. Meat butter?
Where my passion lies is Aboriginal ingredients. So what I'm doing for the last course is muskox, mushrooms, and marrow. That is a perfect rib. Muskox for me, it's more of an emotional dish than anything. That's the stuff we grew up on, and I know in the bottom of my heart that I have a whole nation behind me.
All right, Pierre, let's go. All right?
Beautiful.
So we have reached our sweet finale. This is my first dessert that I ever learned how to make. Dark chocolate mousse. On top, we have all the berries from the Muskokas. And last but not least, I have some frozen lemon curd just to get that crunchy, sour lemon.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, huh? Thank you.
Very humble, but it threads very nicely with his meal.
I'm not wild about these lemon nuggets.
They didn't pop as he said they would pop.
That said, the rest of the dessert was lovely.
Of Renee's 4 courses, this was the least impressive.
Sure.
Well done, bro. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Your final course?
This is it. The muskox, something very dear to my heart from Canada's Arctic. With the lobster mushroom, potato puree, bone marrow, smoked salt, and elderberries. Taste and smells bring me back home. Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So is there a point of serving this as dessert?
It's not a dessert, it's just his final offering. He is choosing to not do dessert, it seems.
The lobster mushrooms are flavorless and undercooked. They're hard. The muskox tastes like it was frozen.
You want to ask him, did you taste this? Do you like this?
Couldn't be happier, my man.
No, man, you stuck with exactly your vision in your head, I thought, the whole way.
All right, buddy.
Final course. This is acceptance. I worked in Muskoka for some time for a family they love, especially the yogurt parfait. So I prepared for you a caramelized yogurt parfait and burnt onion crunch.
Burnt onion crunch?
It's almost like bitter peanut butter. Enjoy.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks.
Well, I have to say, I love this. This is absolutely in my wheelhouse.
Look at everything that's going on and look at how surprising it is.
That onion,
Yeah.
that's great. Terry is a master of texture.
Yeah.
I really like this dessert.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it's obviously a 2-horse race.
I just think Terry and Renee came at it from very different perspectives, and it's so interesting that we had 2 very, very different meals, and it's so close.
Cheers, you guys. Congratulations.
Awesome.
It's time to leave Taboo, head back to Judge's table, and choose a winner.
Did you taste all your dishes?
I did.
That's one of the things that I do best.
Because I thought that was your weakest dish.
I didn't love that dish.
You are Canada's top chef. Rich, Terry, Renee, this was a really well-fought competition, and you should be very proud of everything that you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Chefs, let's talk about the meal. Terry, how do you feel?
I feel I did precisely what I came here to do.
Terry, on your venison dish, your fricassee of vegetables, I was a little confused about the apple slices.
I just wanted a crisp, bright, sharp element to cut through.
Okay, and regarding your dessert, that onion caramel soil, I want the recipe for that. That was wickedly good. So, Rich, you seem to be very inspired by Muskoka.
I got out of the city and I came alive again. I came inspired by the environment that I was in.
And what was your thought about serving muskox as a final course?
I opted not to go for a dessert. Aboriginal food needs a voice, and that's what I was here to do, to be an ambassador for Aboriginal cuisine.
Did you taste all your dishes?
I did, yes.
And you were happy with everything? You wouldn't change anything?
No, I wouldn't.
Renee serving a mole and your final dinner at Top Chef Canada was a really brave, bold thing to do.
Did you think twice about the worms?
I kind of, asked myself, is this too much, for the judges to bring something that is native to Mexico and just put it on the mole? But then I said, I'm going to do it.
It was a gutsy choice. Do you think your dessert was a finale-worthy dish?
That's the first dessert that I ever learned how to make. That's one of the things that I do best.
It's funny you mention that because I thought that was your weakest dish.
Chefs, we have an exceedingly tough decision to make. We'll call you back.
The final judgment.
Not knowing anything is driving me crazy.
Let the debate begin.
The big flaw for Rich was that he changed his menu last minute.
Rich said he tasted the food and he wouldn't change anything. I mean, for me, end of story, he's gone.
Bottom line is you can't serve a raw quail and expect to be Canada's top chef. I think we're really down to a two-horse race here.
And we have two very talented chefs.
Let's start out with Terry's fish and chip milfoil, which I thought was a remarkable accomplishment.
Terry's dish was not particularly to my taste, but I admired it.
I'm not actually sure that I'd order Terry's fish and chip offering. From a flavor perspective, I'd much rather go back for Renee's tartare.
Me too.
Let's go to the second course. Terry brought us a tortellini with a ricotta filling, corn. I found that combination a little rich for me.
I don't know if I found it too rich because I found the corn very sweet. Maybe it could have had some more acidity.
I thought the execution was really spot on. Everything was kind of technically perfect. It was a beautiful dish.
And then you compare that to Renee's coriander seed crusted seared tuna. I like the way those flavors work together.
For me, every single mouthful was different, and I love that about a lot of Renee's cooking.
I didn't love that dish. I mean, I thought that the tuna was a little tasteless.
And then you get to the main course. And here comes the great divide. Terry's is like super perfect, classic.
And delicious. That fricassee with the black walnuts is so good. On the other hand, Renee, and that soup. I want to take a bath in it.
I know.
And then we had mealworms on the mole.
Like, that is an absolute coup.
Did he take a big risk? It was hugely risky, but he executed well. I think on the main course side, I really think Renee edges Terry out.
Oh, no question.
But then when you go to desserts, I really did like Renee's chocolate mousse, but I think Terry had a beautiful dessert with his yogurt parfait. And that onion caramel soil, I'm gonna tackle him and hold him down until he gives me that recipe 100%. Amazing.
I mean, this is the time when Renee played it safe and Terry really took a chance.
I think he edged Renee out on the dessert. I don't think we've ever had a finale dinner where we're splitting hairs like this.
We've never had two more different chefs at this level.
You know, we have a big decision here. Chefs, it was a ferocious competition. But what emerged from that was some of the best food ever. Rich, your unique and bold approach to the kitchen cemented you a position in the Top Chef finale. Renee, you're passionate and authentic, but most importantly, you deliver on that promise. Terry, your exceptional skill set showed itself in each and every dish that you brought to us in the competition. You all have great futures ahead of you. But as you know, there can only be one top chef.
Rich, I'm sorry to say you are not Canada's top chef.
I didn't get that title of top chef, but there's no bittersweet feeling.
Amazing. Congratulations on making it this far, Rich.
Thank you, Chef. It's just all gratitude. I learned a lot about myself, about my food. I'm gonna take a couple days, go home, just be with my kids.
Oh my God.
Then light that fire back up again and not put my head up until I arrive at my destination.
I tried to win.
One of you is Canada's top chef. You'll win a GE Monogram kitchen, a $25,000 custom installation from Caesarstone, and the grand prize of $100,000 from Sponge Towels. Renee? You are Canada's top chef.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, fun. Number 2 to Renee. I'll take it. Good job. Happy to lose to a guy like that. He's phenomenal.
I'm Canada's top chef. It's unbelievable. I had to pinch myself to make sure that I'm not dreaming.
Congratulations, Renee.
I made a lot of sacrifices to be here today. I left my family, my wife, my son.
Somebody here to see you, Renee. Go see him. Go see him. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. See, I thought that. I knew you would win.
It was worth it every single day, you know. It's unbelievable. Thank you for everything. It's yours. Thank you. Awesome.
How's it feel?
It's crazy.
So amazing.
I stayed true to myself in this competition. I knew the challenges were going to be hard, but you really have to believe in yourself.
Your daddy is the top chef.
Daddy. Wow.
The title of top chef means everything to me.